I have, as of late, been watching Preacher play Final Fantasy. So, where I've gone in his videos, I'm obviously watching the videos on demand. He just entered Heavensward. But the funniest thing is he gives the characters the worst voices. But my absolute favorite is Tataru, because for some reason he decided to voice Tataru like a 90-year-old smoker that smokes at least 12 packs a day. With the coughing and everything. It's so good. It's so funny. And now every time I look at Tataru, all I can hear is just really bad cigarette voice in my head. I recommend trying to find it just to see the Tataru voice. You don't have to watch him, but try to Google Preacher Tataru voice or something. It has to be clips of it somewhere, because it's so funny. And I agree, Abe. One of the best things about watching Preach is he went from being very judgmental about the game to loving it. At least of what I've seen. He watched his recap video on the latest live letter and he's smitten with the game. Yeah, he's very positive about it. Honestly, everyone I've seen from the WoW community just absolutely fell in love. It's really hard not to be excited about everything they do and all the stories that are happening. I mean, I'm playing through A Realm Reborn again for one of my series, and I'm gonna have a little video about what could be better, but it's so hard to find any flaws. And the further you go into the story, you just see how much the developers care about it, how much they care about the lore, how they want stories to pay off. And currently I'm really frustrated over the WoW story, because even though I'm not playing WoW, I still kind of follow what they're up to, and they are just about to take one of the moments that felt really huge to me and invalidate it pretty much, and that is really annoying. They haven't even done it yet, it's just been data mine. Also, I hate data mining. It's such a pain. I'm so glad FF does not have it. So we all get to just experience the story together. Yeah, A Realm Reborn is better when you know what's going on. My main issues are, there are some quests that really could just be trimmed out because they don't do anything. Could be shortened, like the quest where you're finding crystals to fight Garuda. You could have one time where it's the wrong crystal and then you get the right crystal, but I think it's 2 or 3 times that you get the wrong crystal, which is a bit too much. But otherwise, it's very well made. And I feel like they're always... Oh, ether current. That they're always making things nicer and nicer. And it's just... I don't know, it's just... It feels, when you're playing this game, everything that happens... It's... You kind of have to work for it, or the story has to work for it. Everything has a build-up, and it's it's heavy. I think the issue WoW is dealing with right now is that they have the ideas for good stories, and then they immediately rush it. They're too eager. They need to slow down. Yeah. Exactly, Mel. Shadowland was an amazing concept, but they just couldn't deliver a proper sense of storytelling with it. Exactly, it's such a cool idea, and they have so many amazing stories, but they're always in such a rush to tell it. It's like playing Pathfinder or D&D with a dungeon master who is really trying to rush the player characters to get to the big moments, and doesn't take the time to build up the world and build up the small things, which makes the bigger moments more impactful. And that's kind of frustrating because they have everything needed for a great story. They just need to pad it out a little bit more, help develop the characters more, give us a better insight into their thought process and like who they are, because they have great characters, they have great stories. They just tell them in a terrible way. You can just get this extra information and character development if you read the books. Why put it in the game? Oh god, I hate the books. I hate the books so much. They ruin everything. Now, we have to be careful or I'm gonna go off on a rant, and that is not good. Because if I go off on a rant, I'm just gonna sit here complaining about WoW issues. Because I love that game. I really do. I love that lore. I wish it was better.